Remote roles are some of the most sought after roles in today's industry. On average, you can see 1,000 candidates, upward of 3,000 to 5,000 candidates apply for just one role. However, what are those roles that you should be interested in, and what roles pay six figures? Let's explore that today. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Fellin. I am a career strategist and leadership expert here to help you bridge the gaps of where you are to where you want to be inside your career. If you're new around here, you can travel over to my website, jenniferfellin.com, where I host a tremendous amount of different blog articles and my podcast, the Career Vault Podcast. I also have for you a Pathway to 100K, which is my on-demand masterclass for you to be able to sign up at a convenient time for you. You've clicked through this video because you're genuinely interested in 5 roles that are out there that pay over 100K. Now, I've spent a tremendous amount of time researching the market, and these roles are high in demand and are continuing to hire today. So let's explore different remote roles that pay 100K that you can apply to today. All right, the first role that we're going to talk about that pays in the area of 100K and more is software engineers. Software engineers have a huge flexibility, but they're in high demand. And the demand for this role shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon, which is really great because not only is it high in demand, it's also where we see a lot of our content creation online and inside technology. When other videos that I've talked about how we're starting to see the really big boom inside artificial intelligence and agentic AI, we're starting to see that these roles are becoming more and more in demand. As we're seeing this explosion into a different area of technology, software engineers are hugely in demand to be able to help us go forward and being able to make those things come a reality. Now, why they're in demand is because of the technological advancements inside big data, cloud data, as well as backline computing to being able to build. Whether you're looking to mine in crypto or you're looking to continue to build websites, these roles offer a huge amount of flexibility and they offer several different remote options. No matter where you go in the world, people are looking for software engineers. And as we continue to go through the global transformation inside technology and continue to move it forward, we're going to see these roles continue to be inside demand. So for example, if you're a software engineer and you work for a company like Microsoft or Google and you're developing scalable solutions for millions of users, these engineers often, but not including, make around $150,000. And this is really great because that's not including their bonuses, which can land them over to $200,000 a year. So, what skill sets do you need to be able to become a software engineer and to land one of these roles? So some of the languages that you're going to need to know and skill sets is you're going to need to understand programming languages such as Java, JavaScript, C++, Oracle, or Python, which is really interesting today because we see a lot of kids out there starting at a really young age learning these different types of coding. And that's fascinating because also you're going to need to learn software development tools. Now, all of these things don't come without needing a core skill set of being able to problem solve and have analytical thinking. Both of these come together very widely and they bring out the best in a lot of us, but they also are out there and you're having to solve problems and technological issues as well. When you're building a program, there's often several different areas that you're going to need to resolve before you launch that particular program. The next position that makes well over $100,000 that is a remote role is a product manager. Product managers play a crucial role in guiding the development and the success of a product. Whether that product is digital or physical, they play a key role in being able to wear several different hats. They have to access the bridge between different departments, including engineering, marketing, and ensure that the product aligns with a customer base. They often have to make sure that when they do their customer research, that they go back to the product marketing team as well as the engineering team based on the data that they receive. Now, this also ties in to being able to travel and being remote, but they must have a deep understanding of market trends and business strategy. Now, why this is high in demand? Innovative product development is something that is unique, and creativity is unique, and we're starting to see that creativity play out in the technological field today. But also, being able to work independently and remotely is something that a lot of people strive for inside these roles. They're very competitive roles and they offer a very competitive salary. And oftentimes we see anywhere from $100,000 to $180,000, even more for these particular type of roles. So for example, this specific type of role is available, and we see this often with people who are employed with Adobe or if they're employed with Slack. And the product manager inside this developing this new features of a product, or they may be building upon a product. For example, when we saw the rollout of Canva, Adobe had to design a platform that offered a similar experience, but also have more advanced features for their specific type of user. Their user offers and wants more Photoshop capabilities in the similar set that they have with Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator. Whereas Canva offers for more of a basic user like me and being able to create lifelike designs. But when we have product managers with Slack or innovative or products that help people work better, they have to enhance and continue to build upon that platform to offer a good product for the end user. And a business or a product manager makes sure that he streamlines with the engineering team. Are they developing? Does it showcase? Does it distribute well? So there needs to be inside their skill set and their qualifications a strategic vision. Product managers have to understand the customer pain points and be able to use data to guide their decisions. Now, what this also encompasses is very strong leadership and communication. Having a good background and a good skill set on those technological skills or hard skills is really going to help hone in, but you also have to have those soft skills such as leadership and communication, and they're really going to help you move forward. So key responsibilities inside this role we often see are creating the product roadmap and having a vision and understanding who are your main point people to bring that vision alive. The next job that is high in demand that pays over $100K is a data scientist. Data scientists, they often range anywhere from $110,000 to above $200,000 in that six-figure range. Now, data scientists are some of the most sought-after professionals in the job market. They extract meaningful insights from different arrays of structured and unstructured data, helping organizations be able to make informed decisions. So when we talk about those elements of Power BI, Tableau, big cloud data software, and really understanding those things, they bring it alive for organizations. So the demand for data scientists is as strong in multiple industries and continues to emerge, especially when we're starting to see AI technology. Data scientists should be able to take AI technology, apply it, and extract large amounts of data and be able to present them very, very well. So these skills are in demand, and why it's in demand is we're seeing that big data, like that boom. And that's something that is very, very new today, but it's very popular. And if you're looking to get key into a different role that is in demand, that has need for that skill set, this is an area that you want to go. Now, this also has a very large remote accessibility. You can log into a company's platforms from just about anywhere, and they don't have to house these individuals on site, which is really great for organizations, because what happens is that they don't have to pay for those different areas or housing or rent for an office space. Now, this comes with very, very lucrative salaries because the expertise required to do these jobs, they rely on the data scientists to be able to provide a lot of that data. So let's give an example. A data scientist of a healthcare company analyzing different areas of the operation or overall experience or outcomes is really going to improve the healthcare by delivering a specific data skill set. And often people in this area for data scientists for healthcare, they make $150,000. But they earn even more if they specialize in a particular criteria. So skill sets and qualifications that you're going to need for this role. First one is obviously programming. You're going to need to understand how to do programming, but also learn machine learning and AI. This is very crucial for data scientists to be able to use both of these skill sets to be able to bring out data for companies. You're also going to need to understand strategic analysis and be able to decipher that, give presentations, and really hone in on what the company needs to be able to move forward. It may be 1 to 3 different concepts inside that presentation for a company to have an actual takeaway. The next job that really offers a significant pay that is remote is a digital marketing manager. Now, when I did my research, most of people typically hire between $100,000 and $150,000, but the digital marketers oversee an online presence for a company, and they really understand search engine optimization, content creation, and social media, and they really drive those campaigns. Now, this is a caveat because I think this is an interesting role, and this is probably my favorite role inside this video and in my blog post. And the reason why is I talked about this on my podcast a few weeks back. These managers can make a tremendous amount of money, and it's not limited to $100,000 or $150,000. So whether you work at a company which the salary range kind of encompasses and it follows in suit, there's reasons why these particular managers are high in demand. Not only do you have companies that need to understand what their social media looks like, what the digital presence looks like, understanding what reels are taking off, understanding how content creators are really getting millions of views, but understanding how they're going to take a company, apply that, and really deliver that out so that they're in line with what is marketed and what media is taking off today. Content creators are able to bring out and land millions upon millions of views. So having a digital marketing manager that understands how to build and make those connections, as well as build content that drives with a company's social media presence, is crucial and key. Now, why it's high in demand is we're starting to see that e-commerce growth, and it's not slowing down, but we're also seeing a tremendous amount of new waves of technology that are out there, which I've talked about in the other roles. Now, what this offers is it offers a remote work and stability inside of that, but let's talk about the other caveat of digital marketing managers. Digital marketing managers fall in line as well as their sister role as social media managers and experts. Understanding that you can make a tremendous amount from a side hustle from being a digital marketing manager is quite empowering. Marketing is one of the few fields that you can make upwards of 200,000% upon an initial investment. And if you do it right, you can really hone in and make a tremendous amount of money in this field. Freelancing in this field is very, very popular because a lot of people like me as a content creator, you're looking for somebody that can give you insights on social media marketing, digital marketing, or what really your overall digital presence exudes, and you're able to charge a hefty amount. So for example, if you have a job where you're inside that and you're looking to be a digital marketing manager, you can do that as your 9 to 5, but you can also have the same role as a very significant side hustle, producing and even doubling your salary, because if you're consulting and you're using it freelance, you can charge a very high hourly rate to give their feedback and to help hone in and help people move their businesses forward. So skill sets and qualifications that are going to really help you out inside this role. That's SEO optimization. This is actually mostly the backbone of every type of thing when it comes to social media, when it comes to digital marketing, is you need to have a deep level understanding of search engine optimization and search engine marketing and how you're going to make that jive. Content marketing is a new wave that's very popular that identifies with many different people. So rather than you telling them to buy a product or honing in or commercials, which have kind of fallen flat on our population today, what you're looking for is content creation to be able to jive with your audience, creating a relatability factor. You also want to be savvy inside the area of data analysis and understand what's going well with the audience and what isn't going well with the audience, and making sure that you understand who the audience is that the company that you're looking for. My last role that I've talked about, and I've talked about this numerous times, and this is a hot ticket, is cybersecurity expert. Today, cybersecurity is a huge thing that is out there, but more importantly, the different roles that are out there are quite abundant that people need cybersecurity experts. Now, the starting salary for this particular role is $100,000, but can go up into the mid 200,000s, 300,000s for the right person. So if you have leadership qualities and you're looking to make a change, my recommendation would be cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is starting to grow in the sophistication and the frequency that organizations need out of somebody who's a cybersecurity expert has grown heavily in the last few years. And cybersecurity professionals who can protect organizational networks is also important, because cybersecurity experts are responsible for safeguarding a lot of that big data. So we've seen big data, we've seen the growth with that. We've talked about it in this video. I've talked about it on my blog, podcast, everywhere, because it's hugely important right now. This is a role that's really going to be high in demand to be able to protect that data against potential cyber threats. So why it's high in demand is we are starting to see a lot of rise in cyber threats and cybersecurity, as well as this offers a really good platform for being able to work independently and remotely. And these are things that you want to make sure that you're able to demonstrate when you're applying for that type of a role, because the salary is very, very high. The demand and the skill sets are also going to be very, very high. So skill sets and qualifications that you're going to really need for this role is understanding network security, different types of firewalls, VPNs, and understanding how you're going to use those and how you're going to use those so that way you can protect a company. Ethical hacking. So ethical hacking is understanding, can you get through? How do you get through? Is there a wall? And really making sure that you do it the right way for an organization. And this is really great because this is really going to help you show your skill set. Compliance knowledge is another skill set and qualification that's very popular inside this role, and it's something that you want to make sure that you have a deep understanding. There's also several sub-certifications that don't take very long to get, but are required for you to have to be able to enter into this market. And oftentimes, what the people are looking for is they're looking for a 4-year degree with this. If you have a 4-year degree and you have some background in it, being able to go back and take 1.5 to 2 years to be able to get further education inside this will really help set you apart from the pack and set you up for success. All right, that's it for this video. Between now and my next video, you're welcome to stop by my website, jenniferfellin.com, where you'll find a tremendous amount of different blog articles, as well as this blog article, which is 5 remote jobs that pay over 100K. I talk about this in my podcast, and I have several different episodes in my podcast helping you be able to move your career forward. I also have on there for you my on-demand masterclass, which I talked about earlier, which is a pathway to 100K that is available for you to download or to watch or view at an available time that's most convenient for you. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.